What is up, guys? It's Zippity Doodad. Welcome to Tuesday. I I almost didn't hit the live button. I'm talking with LeeAnn in the back, and we are just having a blast. I got to tell you, the zip slip count, and she's laughing right now. I can see her. The zip slip count is already at 7, and we've only been talking 8 minutes backstage. So this is going to be such an exciting stream. I just want to thank Dean over at the Live Place. Go check out Dean. He hosts that channel along with 110 other channels, all family friendly. Go check out Dean. He's over at liveplace.com and Dream His Empire. My boys, the D&T crew, doesn't that tomorrow night, guys. Do not miss the beginning. I say it every week. I know I do. Don't miss the beginning of tomorrow night's stream, 9 p.m. Episode 57. I can't believe that, but go check it out. And my boys, Steve from Steve's World, all things fun. He went live last night at 8 o'clock. Go check out Steve. Triple B went live right before him at 7 o'clock. Always a good time with those two. Brandy and Dave. Dave's my boy. Disfluence's podcast does pop up live streams all over the place. Go check out Brandy and Dave. And Brandy has a great new boutique called BJ's Boutique. If you guys want to post it, please do. She's doing an amazing job at that. And Shep from the Shep Family, 9:30 Saturday nights with Shep. Go check out Shep. He's amazing. And also my partner channel, Meg, MickeysMagic. She goes live right after Steve at 9 o'clock with Magical Mondays with Meg on Mondays, of course. Go check out Meg. And go check out my Spreadshirt shop. We're going to be switching some things up in there. Go check it out. It's we're having a lot of fun. I added some stuff, took some stuff away. And let's get to the chat because I want to get LeeAnn here real quick. I was trying to write down like Steve. I was doing a good job, and then I think I lost track. So we'll see. Anyway, welcome in Samantha Lowe, Mike Wheeler, LSU Mom, Rob Wieska, Ryan McDowell, my dude, Christina Hickman, Donna Jewelski, Jersey Mike, Happy Hopper, James, my dude, Ryan, It's Joey's World, Captain Akron, Wendy Luhu, Minnesota Martha, Tracy Gann, Mark Miller. And that's where I left off. And then the chat kept going. And then I don't know where it stopped. But I'm going to scroll through real quick, see if I missed anyone. I said LSU Mom, Team Marie Photography, Michael Riley, Mary Spence, Extraordinary. I don't have Steve here to help me. The Grizz World, Family Vacay, Magical News Live. What's up, Nick? Julie McGowan. Oh, it just jumped again. And I said happy hopper. You guys, if I missed you, repost and I will catch it the second time. Probably not, but maybe. Alex Brenda, what's going on? And if you guys, during the course of the night, have any questions for LeeAnn, just tag me in it and we'll try to get to it. But before I bring her on, you guys, I wanna got some awesome magic mail I just wanted to share with you guys real quick. This is from a gift for you. For Zip Nicole PJ, congrats on the news, Zip Jr. We thought you might like these adorable outfits to keep them warm in the fall. Lots of love, Tina from Team Marie Photography and Family. Tina, thank you so much. It is always a pleasure to get anything from you. But oh my gosh, how cute is this? It's tiny. Look at it right here on my shoulder. Original Musketeer is the cutest thing. Nicole's like so in love with it. And also got this Let's Go number 28 little like onesie jumper with Mickey and Pluto. It's so awesome. So awesome. So guys, LeeAnn. And I've been calling her Leandra around the house because I just don't know why. I've called for what I call people in the chat. What's up, Avery? It's kind of mild from what I call some people in the chat. So LeeAnn, she has been a huge supporter of not only myself but D&T in this whole Disney community. She's not only been on D&T once, but she's been on twice. Once for the hype up for the merch contest, and the other time on a 1-year anniversary stream. And just like Ryan McDowell, everybody wanted a little more, and so I'm going to bring her to you guys. Here she is. Zip slips and all. Oh. Wait a minute, how do you do this? I forget, I'm new. Oh, there we are. What's up, Lee?
Hi, Zip. How are you?
I'm great. What's up, Mary Kehoe? I was just saying, we were having so much fun backstage, and It was like what, a minute in, and there was a zip slip. I'm not going to mention who said
Oh,
it,
okay. I
but
think they'll know.
oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, this
They
is
might
true.
not.
This is true.
But oh my gosh, it was hilarious. And I was thinking about not going live and just having like, a convo. Margaret Nagy, what's going on? Mary Kehoe, welcome in. It's so good to have you here. Thank you so much for being here.
It's fun. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. And actually, with just talking to you for a few minutes backstage, there was things I was finding out that I cannot wait to share the chat with. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that a little bit later. You guys are gonna love her. This is not gonna be a dull interview at all. But if you want, LeeAnn,
Whatever.
if you want to just talk a little bit about yourself, whatever you feel comfortable talking about, and we'll go from there.
Oh, let's see. Well, 407. Feels like it. Some of you may already know, originally born and raised in Jersey, about half an hour outside of Philly, and moved all over the place. Currently now in St. Louis, Illinois, right on the other side of St. Louis. Let's see what else. I have 2 boys who you've probably seen. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you've probably seen them on my page numerous times. They are my loves. My 21-year-old son, Kyle, my 23-year-old son, Matt. I have 2 daughters, Jessica and Candace. I am a grandmother of 2.
Oh my gosh.
6.
I told her backstage she does not look like a grandmother at all.
Yeah,
never mind having 4 kids. It's amazing.
Interesting. It's interesting. So one of them actually is having his birthday this Friday. I've been a nurse now almost 30 years.
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see. Well, should I drop the bomb on them now or should I wait?
Yeah, you know what? Let's just drop the bomb on them now because we might not even get to Disney tonight after this. Okay. So we might have to make a 2-parter. You might have to come on next week.
My family drag races. I drag race. My
right, guys. Drag races. Right, everyone in the chats right now, like what?
My son drag races. My son actually is working for a Top Fuel dragster team. The rail cars, not the funny cars, but the big ones. Nice. Actually, the season is going to be starting. I will actually be out by Steve in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. July, the same weekend that Disney opens, July 10th, 11th, 12th, one of those. That's the first time that it opens, and it will be in Indy. And then let's see, the following weekend, I will be back in Indy, rooting them on. And then after that, we just kind of hip hop to wherever the races are to support him and his team.
Oh, that's amazing. Real quick, welcome in Nicole C, Karen Cook, Megan, Noah. And Nicole C says, I thought LeeAnn was 30, never mind being a nurse for 30.
Checks in the mail, Nicole, don't worry.
That's, I mean, I kind of want to see some videos. So now you don't have any YouTube like content. I mean, do you now I was going to ask you if you ever like vlog or take videos when you're in Disney, but now I want to know all about this drag racing. Are you going to be able to like, can you go live so we can like watch this?
I actually have, when we race in Bonne Terre, Missouri, and we also race at Gateway, which is in St. Louis, kind of on the border. We race both of those places, and I have live streamed like just Facebook type stuff at the time. At the time it happens. And I mean, I have them. I haven't, I posted them way back when, I think probably before I was involved with all of this. So yeah, I can post them and I can send them, and, maybe I'll stick them on my YouTube channel. Considering I literally have nothing on there. The only reason I actually got a channel was because of you guys. So
let's just segue right into that before we even get into Disney. So yeah, like how did you get on YouTube, and how did you find? I'm always curious how people found. I mean, it's basically through Resort TV One. But I'm curious how people found this and that and our channels, or what you found first and vice versa.
I was actually searching for, somebody was telling me, I can't remember who it was, telling me about, YouTube, and I was never a big YouTube fan at all, and both of my sons are. So I just kind of started Googling things and looking stuff up, and Disney, videos and things like that, and you guys came up, and so
That's so
did
crazy.
Resort TV One. So I literally clicked on you guys and learned of Resort TV One through you guys. So it was
Wow.
completely opposite, because I didn't watch anything.
Oh my
I just
gosh.
didn't. My work schedule at the time was so bad that
Hmm.
I didn't have a lot of free time. And now that schedule's more flexible, and now with the pandemic, I'm working from home, but now I actually have you guys playing all the time, sitting next to me on my desk as I'm sitting there working, or I have Resort TV One relaxing strolls playing or something. I have you guys going through if I didn't watch it the night before.
And I love it. You guys in the chat. So someone get in touch with Jenna or Josh. Get them on stream right now, because this is the first person that I think ever found Resort TV One through this and that.
I did. I did.
And Kathy I, Disney Nerd Heard is probably Charlie, and Amy from AJC Magic TV. Welcome in. Yes, and so I was going back. So once I had you on, once I asked you to come on, which I was so graciously so thankful that you said yes.
Oh,
I went back to we've talked a lot. And
yeah.
I went back and I forgot a few things. You made us the snickerdoodles.
I did.
Which was amazing. And all the pitches that I found from when we were mini golfing in, I think it was January, in our stream back in August when we were on the boardwalk for our D&T stream, you were screenshotting and sending to me. And there must be like 20 pitches on there. Mm-hmm. So it's an honor on how much you support us, and never mind the fact that you have more Punch and Zippy shirts than I do, which, how many do you have? I don't even have the green one.
Yep. Yeah, this one, I've got 1, 2, Punch. Let's see, I've got the 2 t-shirts. I've got the sweatshirt. I've got this and that. I've got the mug. I've got the koozies. I've got everything.
It's, it's amazing. And you're the only person I know that has more Punch and Zippy shirts than I do. And Mike Wheeler, I know you're in the chat here. Block your ears, because I have to admit this. I voted for LeeAnn in the merch contest.
Aw, thanks, Zip.
I think I was the only one, but I was like, she has more Punch and Zip shirts than me. She's got a bunch of Punch and Zippy shirts in the picture. I got to vote for her. Sorry, Mike.
Aww.
Mike blew everyone out of the water, but I'm coming forward with that one.
Oh, gee, thanks, Zip.
So Disney. Let's talk about Disney. How long have you been going for?
My very first inaugural trip was 1978.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I was 8 years old. And it's funny, how smells bring back memories and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. The one thing that and granted, I well up every time I walk through the damn gate, but still, when I'm sitting on the train and I look up and I see the roof of the train, because when I was younger, that's what I remember with my parents.
That's awesome.
Is sitting in between them, and I remember that. So yeah, I actually have pictures of that I'll sometimes put as my Facebook cover picture or something like that, or my wallpaper on my phone, just because that's what I remember is the train and sitting there between my folks.
So that's funny, and I'm a crier, but
oh, I know, don't get me started.
when we went for the first time on 2017 in May, Nicole started tearing up before we even got to the park, because we were on the bus and we could see the monorail pass us to the right, and it was just like it was just so many magical moments right away. But like you, I was about, I want to say 5 or 6 when I first went, and we went with my parents every year. And the one thing I can remember, the smell is of Pirates of the Caribbean water.
Yes.
It's like, that was my all-time favorite ride growing up before I got into the bigger and better rides. But that was one of my all-time favorites. So you first went when you were 8. Now, like, how often do you go now? And
it actually, I went when I was 8, and then I never went again until my high school senior trip in 1988 when I graduated high school. And then that was, of course, the girlfriends, and we had just an absolute freaking blast. And then 4 years after that, when I graduated college, my aunt and uncle used to live in Florida, half an hour from Orlando, from Disney World. So I went and spent the week there, and then we went into Disney World. I got married the first time in 1995 and honeymooned there. And then went multiple times. Both of my kids were there at their 14-month mile marker.
Mm-hmm.
And actually they can remember bits and pieces of it. Then went multiple times while they were younger. And then, let's see, went, well, we moved to, I got divorced, got remarried, moved to Savannah, Georgia. So that was deadly right there because my oldest son had already gone into the military. So he was gone. So actually, he left home to go to school this coming week. This Friday, actually, is the anniversary date that he left to go start school. Put in 1 semester of pre-med and was like, I can't do this anymore. And went into the military. So he was already gone. So my youngest son and I were like, we had yearly passes, and every weekend we went.
And how far of a drive was it to?
4 hours.
Oh,
well,
man.
At least how I drive. That's all I'm going to say. It's 4 hours. So we would drive and we would spend the weekend. Sometimes we would get on property. Sometimes we would get off property. Didn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the times we were there with the grands and the youngest daughter, and hubby surprised me with DVC. And then after that, the rest is history because we've been staying there ever since. So supposed to go, my youngest one turned 21 in January, and he wanted to go for his 21st birthday to Food and Wine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, me being the person who was holding out to get his annual pass, can't get it now. Oh yeah, I am royally
Oh my
pissed.
gosh.
So now I'm like, well, you know what? Fine. I moved the date back for the trip back to beginning of September because of race season. Now we have the new schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, okay, you know what? Let's see. If we do this, we can stay at Savannah View Animal Kingdom Lodge, not waste my points, not lose them. 1-bedroom villa. We'll do that.
Hold on real quick. Julie McCown says, zip slip number 1 with a question mark. I don't know. Pissed is kind of like borderline.
She might have been talking about the freaking part.
And Ryan McDowell says, LeeAnn Scherbikl, you're like the Patrick Swayze song from Dirty Dancing Drive-In. She's like the wind.
Oh.
And welcome in Tina McNeil and Hitchhiking Bones and Mike.
As long as it's not the she passes wind, that's okay. I'm good with she's the wind. That's okay.
Sorry to cut you off. Continue.
You're fine. You're fine. So now I figure, well, being that there may be a time when they start selling tickets again towards the end of summer, rather than risk it, we're still going to go to Animal Kingdom Lodge, and we're just going to go to Universal.
So is that your home for DVC?
No, actually, our home is Grand Floridian.
Oh, nice.
And Copper Creek.
Very cool.
Yeah, we haven't stayed in Copper Creek yet, so that's the plan. But when I had to move the week back because of race season, I ended up moving elsewhere.
So we have kind of some breaking news, and we're going to talk about this next week, Nicole and I. But we went back and forth, and we agreed and signed today to become DVC members.
Oh, woo!
So we have to obviously wait for the right of first refusal. But as Nicole's in the chat said, I think it's been like 1% of the time they refuse it. And so we're super excited. We've been waiting, and with Nicole working from home, she's on the computer, and she has been looking into DVC like crazy, like these contracts that keep coming up from everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And she was like texting me at work, and I said, you can do whatever you want. You know, the ball's in your court. You know, I trust you. If you find something you like, and just jump on it. And she did. And so I guess it's not official yet, but we're super excited.
Where?
And we're at Saratoga Springs.
Oh, that's
and see,
gorgeous.
that was our first hotel back in. Thank you, everyone in the chat saying congratulations.
Yay, you.
That was our first resort when we went as a family back in May of 2017. We did a three resort stay. We started with Saratoga, went to Bay Lake, ended at Beach Club, which
took them all for a test drive.
Yeah, we were like, it was our first time. We were like, let's go all out. So so that was our first one. I loved it. My wife's aunt and uncle and cousin all have DVC through Saratoga Springs as well.
Nice.
And I love the feel of Saratoga Springs. Like Bay Lake was great. You could walk the Magic Kingdom and all that, but it was like more of a hotel-ish. Saratoga Springs, it's like a couple levels, very relaxing. It's big. There's a lot of bus stops, but they have the golf course there, and we stayed at Congress Park, so we could
nice.
We could walk to Disney Springs. That wasn't that far at all. So we're super excited. We are super excited, and we got, I think, double the points that we were going to buy. So we did pretty good. And
yes, you did.
Nicole's pretty happy. Hey, Nicole, that's like your baby moon gift or whatever it's called.
Yeah, there you go.
And Make It Blue, Disney Adventure, welcome in. I don't know if I already said your name. I saw you here, but I didn't cross you out yet.
What are those damn things called now? Like push prizes or push gifts or whatever.
Yep.
The hell's that?
Oh, I love it. I love it. So you've never stayed at Copper Creek, and how often do you go?
Yeah.
Do you go like more than once a year? Yeah.
Usually we just went in January before the crap hit the fan.
Mm-hmm.
And now normally we'd go just before the spring, before it gets really like, swamp ass hot. And then we go again in the fall, because we normally go for Food and Wine and the Halloween parade. Okay. Which I had tickets for that too.
So did they reimburse you, or do they refund you, or they just push it out for it?
I looked in whatchamacallit. I looked in my Disney Experience, and they're missing. So I will have to check my Disney Visa to see if it went back or not, because all of a sudden they're missing, and I'm like, hello, I don't know if there's any fundage back in my account. That's pretty raw if they take it and then just take their time. What are you eating?
Gary B, Ronnie the Po' Boy's mom, Herschel Lenny, Pearl Manhattan, and Mickey Fan 71, aka Lisa. Welcome in. And you guys, if you notice, I did add a new emoji for my members, and you guys, thank you so much for all being members. And some of them I put it as one of the badges, so you can see right next to them. I was looking through some emojis, and I just typed in the word zip, and there was a zip inside a house. The word zip inside a house. So I didn't know. I thought it was the coolest thing. So I'm like, you're in Zip's house. So I was so happy it ended up working to be an emoji.
That is cute.
Katie Mom, welcome in. So every time you think LeeAnn says a zip slip, you guys want to post the zip slip emoji in that would we could get a count that way.
There you go.
So that's great. Now you've obviously been to the Halloween party. Do you guys go every year, or the Christmas one to boot?
I haven't been to the Christmas one. Actually, the last time I was at the Christmas one, I was very pregnant. And we figured that the only way I would get there once the kids were born was before, so that we wouldn't have to lie about where Santa Claus was and all that stuff. So we were supposed to see, which really pisses me off. Got to the front gate of Epcot, and we were Hollywood Studios, and we were going in to go see the Osborne lights. Had dining reservations. Walking through, I had been coughing my full head off for a while. Didn't think anything of it. I had, whatever. Just the kids' feet are up in my lungs, whatever. Well, it got bad to the point where I could barely walk from the car to the front gate. And I'm like, all right. And I'm quick assessing myself and I'm like, okay, my ankles aren't swollen, no more swollen than they should be. Okay, why the hell can't I breathe? Blah, blah, blah. So call my aunt and uncle. they're like, no, the urgent care's around the corner. So go there. I had freaking pneumonia.
Oh, jeez.
And didn't realize it, had a fever. My second kid, you know, I had a temperature and everything. I thought, oh, there's no way. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no. Homie had a fever, and they ended up taking x-rays on the phone with my OBGYN, on the phone with my primary care doctor. They're all on the phone. Everybody's speaker chat, everything. And they take an x-ray, which again pisses me off because I didn't get a copy of this x-ray. The x-ray was of my lungs, and you see two little feet sticking up underneath in the x-ray. Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad. I didn't think of it until we got home, and it was like a while later, and I thought, you know, I wonder. And yeah, they were already archived, and it was right when everything was kind of flipping from old to digital. And yeah, so I would have loved to have had that x-ray with the two little feet sticking up under my lungs.
Oh
Yep.
my God, that would be so great.
Yeah.
We're loving these ultrasound pictures now. They're just, I mean, they have the real like graphic 3D ones, which I think are
yes.
I don't like those, but yeah, they're so great right now.
Yeah, I wish they didn't have those fun things.
So do you always stay on property? I know you're DVC members, but
we try to, but there have been times where, like when my son Kyle and I would go down, we would literally call Thursday night, Friday morning, and see if they had anything. And usually, if it was that short a notice, we would end up going across the street from Disney Springs and staying. I don't remember which one is there, but one of the ones literally right across the street.
Yep.
So that we would just literally hop across the street and walk in, and then take the bus wherever we wanted to go.
Yeah, I stayed there in March. I don't know if it was the one you're talking about, but it was pretty close to Disney Springs. It was one of the Sheratons, and it was actually really nice inside. And it was, I mean, it was good just for me because I was by myself, and I mean, it was probably be the same price as like maybe an All-Star or one of those value resorts, not Pop, but like an All-Star or Sports.
Right.
But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and I was lucky enough to have Corey and the Donamobile carting me around in Dale.
Oh yes.
So it was very helpful. And real quick, Ryan McDowell wants to know, what's your favorite park?
For sentimental reasons, I would have to say Magic Kingdom. Because my sons are 21 and 23, and literally to this day, when I am with them, we walk in and they just know mom's got to sit on the curb and cry, or I have to sit on the steps of the train station and cry. And I just get it out, and they just sit there and kind of pat me on the head or pat me on the back and just wait till I'm done. And then they're like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm okay." Okay. And then we go. But as far as down and dirty fun, I would have to say Hollywood Studios.
Now I kind of was
or MGM, I should say.
Yeah, see, I remember it as MGM with my parents as well growing up. But I was spying on your Instagram a little bit, and I did see you had a lot of pictures of Rise of the Resistance, and so I'm going to ask this with everybody I have on. Did you get to go on Rise? You did. Rise or Flight?
Oh, that's a hard one because they're so different. Well, I have to take Dramamine for both.
Okay.
So, crap. I on it. That's a hard one because the ride itself is amazing, and I am somebody who likes to know how things work. So I watched a lot of videos where how things work, what they do, the lightsaber in the ceiling, and because then when I go through them, I'm like checking everything out and trying to see if I can figure out and see what they're talking about. So that's a real hard one. I mean, I like Flight of Passage because you get the smells and the feelings and all of that. whereas you don't get that with Rise of the Resistance, but then the whole adrenaline rush of getting in there and that type of high that you get on it, you don't get that with Flight of Passage.
Yeah, see, I don't know if it was, I'm not sure. Flight, I like Flight a lot better. That's just personally me. Nicole and PJ both like Rise of the Resistance better. Actually, no, no, PJ changes his mind like the weather, but yeah,
like
I love Flight, and I'm a Star Wars fan. I wouldn't say I'm a.
No, I am too, but I couldn't quote things. I couldn't.
Yeah, and I'm pretty good with
I'm
movies,
not
but
like a nut.
There's a lot of things, like if you would say someone's name from maybe one of the first 3 movies, I'll be like, which one was that? And like some people know, like Game of Thrones, like I could tell you Game of Thrones, everything. Heidi Cook, welcome in.
Not me.
Mike, what's going on, Mike Whaler? So besides, so you are DVC, and have you stayed at all the resorts?
Not yet. That's on my bucket list.
Okay, we got pretty close in like 2 years. Nicole, if you can remember, I think it's around 14. I think we've been to.
Snap.
In a couple of years, we were going a lot because we jumped on the annual pass. Like I said, our first trip was 12 days, so it wasn't that much more to add the annual pass at the end of our 12-day trip.
True.
So, and at that point, I didn't know if I was going to love it as much as I did, and then I said absolutely. And I can't believe we're not annual pass holders right now, which is very rare. In the last 2 years, we're not. But with her having the baby, and our family trip is going to be planned for next November. We do.
Okay, well, that's still, if you're going to take the Peanut. I mean, that's the cheapest you're going to get ever again.
Right.
Hello,
I know.
Arch.
In the next 3 years, I found out that he's free, so that's pretty good too. But with our DVC, we have to use up like 40-ish points before then.
Oh yes.
So the wifey said, "Why don't you go down with the guys? Playing a weekend with the guys, you could probably stay at the boardwalk for 3 or 4 nights." And I'm like, she just makes me happier every day. So immediately I was texting all the guys, let's go. So we have to make it official and everything, but
yeah. That's sweet.
We'll see. Well, with this whole new reservation system, it's a little crazy. I think today was a lot better. My wife's uncle, he spent 4 hours on the phone or on the computer yesterday trying to get through.
Yeah,
Finally got through.
Talking like 6 hours.
Yeah, it was crazy yesterday. But he went today and he was in and out. And he's going for, I think, 12 days next month, and got 9 or 10 days already. He got pox.
Wow, that's awesome.
What's up, Corey? So yeah, so it was pretty. He thought the glitch was gone and everything was back to normal today. So that's good. That's encouraging, for sure. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about Run Disney, because I know it's a little soft spot there. And you were supposed to do the wine and dine, correct?
We were. My daughter texted me and said, "Will you run with me?" I'm like, I don't run unless there's something chasing me or there's tacos and margaritas at the end. That's the only freaking way I'm going to run. And I said, it's like the theory about the EOD guys, the explosive guys. If you see me running, you better keep ass up with me, because that means there's a problem. And I don't run. Never did. And being that I had brain surgery 5 years ago now, I couldn't really do much of anything. I couldn't run. I couldn't bend over. I couldn't do a lot of stuff. And that was one of the things that I wanted to do. Was after my brain surgery, I promised myself I was going to do the minimum of a 5K. And this was back when we lived in Savannah. And the people that I was going to do it with still live in Savannah. They didn't come with me. So now I'm doing this by myself. And it just kind of fell by the wayside. And then when my daughter said, "Well, would you please do the, oh, Donna, thank you. She said, "Would you please do the Princess Run with me?" And I said, okay. And she said, "The 10K. I'm like, whoa. I said, "I don't think I can do that." I said, I'll try, but I don't know. Well, then all of a sudden, pandemic decides to hit and can't go anywhere, can't do anything. And I'm like, great. So then I tried doing, you know, like cardio stuff down in the basement. We have an elliptical, thought I'd be okay. And then I'm like, you know what, forget it. So I talked to her and I said, I'm going to do the 5K. I said, I can't do the 10K. I haven't had a chance to do anything. So the first time we tried to register, I didn't sabotage. Honest to God, I didn't. I didn't. I tried my ass off to try to get into this thing for her and got in, got to the point where I paid, and it's just like full, whatever. And this was early registration with DVC and annual pass. So I thought, okay, well, we have another day. So the 16th comes. I have 3 devices in front of me, my cell phone, my laptop. I've got my other cell phone. We're sitting there. She's in New Jersey and she's got all of her crap set up. And we're talking back and forth, trying to figure out who gets in. So then she gets in and she starts registering. And then I get in and I start registering who's left. So right now it's her and her fiance, soon to be husband by the time this thing goes off, if it goes off. And then my husband and I are doing the 5K, and then she's doing a 10K solo.
Oh, awesome.
So
and you've never done one, right? You haven't done one before.
Oh, hell no. Zip, I told you, I don't run unless there's a clown chasing me. That's it. I don't run. And especially because my head hurt all the time. And now my head doesn't hurt anymore since the surgery. So it's a wonderful thing, but still, I don't run.
I used to be a runner. I'm trying to get back into it now. I'm trying to get the COVID pounds off. But
yeah, right.
It was cool that you were in the group. I believe it was this and that mod chat, and you mentioned it, and Meg and I jumped on it right away on trying to help you out with some different routines and stuff. And it's different for everyone, and you have to go at your own pace and listen to your own body. And if something's aching, you don't have to follow the schedule, you know. And it was just kind of cool. And then I started messaging you on the side, and it's been a great experience just talking about running with you. And it's funny that you're not a runner, but
nope.
You're giving it a go. And I'll tell you from experience, the Run Disney events, and you love Disney, and Nicole can tell you too, and some of the guys that we ran with this past January, it is just like nothing else. It is just,
that's what I'm begging on, because I remember you doing them, and I remember when Nicole did it with you, and I remember when the boys did it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? There's something to be said. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be fun. It's not gonna be drudgery. I'm not gonna want to like pull over and die. I'm gonna get these done and over with. But that is the only thing that is keeping me excited about this, because I don't run.
and you don't have to run the whole time, but I guarantee you, mark my words, you're doing a 5K. Once you're done with that 5K, you're gonna say one of two things. Either when we're gonna do this again, or I want to do a 10K. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You're not a runner, but I guarantee it. And the first time I ran, I was by myself. I didn't even know any of the guys yet. I didn't know Donna. I didn't know YouTube. I was by myself. It was 2 Januaries ago, and I did it, and it was just I don't even know what the reason was to get down there. And I know I was into running, and I wanted to do it because the April race I did it with Nicole's aunt and uncle for the half marathon with Star Wars, which was amazing in itself. But it's just when you go into Epcot, and I was running at a good pace, so I got to go into Epcot when the sun was just rising over the ball in the countries. Right. It is breathtaking, and there's just no pitches can do anything justice. You actually have to experience it. So I hope you do. And I
remember
think you'll
you talking about that it was cold as ball, cold as.
It's okay. It's okay. Let it flow. Let it flow now.
And I'm like, oh, that means I got to dress in layers. I got to buy cheap stuff. I got to throw it to the wayside. I'm like, oh man, because I don't do well in cold.
So it was completely different. The 2 Januaries, I did the exact same race a year apart. I did the 10K in January, the marathon weekend. I did the 10K in January marathon weekend with Nicole and the guys, and it was freezing as BALL.
Yeah, I ain't looking forward to that.
And that was terrible, but it was very abnormally cold. When we went, I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt, so we lucked out. I think it was actually 70 something that day, so it was perfect running weather. So it's hit and miss. I'll tell you, when I ran in April for the Star Wars half marathon, it got into the 90s about mile 6 of the 13 that I was running. So that was very, very hard to do. I didn't stop the first time around, and that's what I encourage. If you're doing it, stop and get your pictures with some of the characters. I didn't get my picture with Jiminy Cricket, which you don't see anywhere. My very first run, because I just wanted to run it and see what my time would be. And then I suggest not to run for time. It's a fun race. Experience everything around you. So when I was doing the Star Wars, yeah, 5K, you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. But
and thank God the balloon ladies don't show up until the 10K.
They're scary.
Jesus, yeah, no. And that's what I told my girlfriend. She does this and she volunteers and she works on and all that stuff. And she's like, "Oh, well, make sure you stay away from the balloon ladies." I'm like, "Oh no, I'm doing the 5K." I said, my thought is, if I can get far enough ahead that I don't have to worry about it. That way I can stop, see the characters, not have to worry about the lines. Yeah, I'm all about getting there quick and resting.
And the lines go very quick. So when I was doing it, I'm like, oh, I don't want to lose 5 or 7 minutes off my time because of all these people I see. But it's not like when you're in a meet and greet anywhere else in Disney where they got to scan you being after. They're snapshot and taking your pictures, and you're going. And you get them by your bib number at the end. They link it. So they're getting people.
Nifty.
Yeah, it goes really quick. So I highly recommend. And like I said, during the Star Wars event, it was so hot. I didn't want to kill myself either. And I stopped a lot to get my pictures taken, which gave me a little bit of a cool down. And you guys tag me if you want me to ask LeeAnn any more questions. I have a lot more. Pickle-a-Truski, welcome in. Now I heard you on your phone right before we went live with your husband. And there was only like 6-7 zip slips in a matter of 30 seconds, which was fine. You must take after him. Does he? And I saw his shirt on one of your Instagram pictures saying, "I work to support my wife's Disney addiction," which I think I should get one for Nicole. Maybe Nicole get one for me because we support each other through our addictions. Is he? Yep. Is he as much of a Disney lover as you?
No. He
no, not at all.
Not at all. He tolerates it. He is somebody who, when we go, and when we stay on campus, he will stay in the hotel. And the whole reason that I found out that he got the Grand Floridian was because of the monorail, because he wants to come and go. Whereas I am there at Road Drop, and I am there until the kiss goodnight. All day long, I do not leave. And that's every park that I go into. And I will take the car, and he will come over on the bus. Mm-hmm. And I am there at dark 30, get in, get done by 11 o'clock, and then I fart around and wait for him to get there. Sometimes I'll meet my family there. The one morning I was there by myself and met a nice girl from Costa Rica. She could barely speak English. We hung around for 3 hours and just kept doing it. She was here by herself and she saved her money, and she is a computer programmer, and she wanted to go to Disney World and nobody would go with her. So she came, and her and I just skippy jumped all over. We had a ball. And my husband's like, "Why don't you bring her to lunch?" And I'm like, "I don't know where she went." I said, we said goodbyes and that was it. But I mean, you meet so many people and so many things to do and so many, nice people. And my husband just kind of laughs. He's like, "How can you keep doing this?" I'm like, "Easy, constantly.
I love it. And welcome in, producer Preston. Must be his new channel. Welcome in. And I said Pickle-a-Truski, right?
Yes.
Welcome in, Pickle-a-Truski. And Ryan has a question. Says, Zippity Doodad, ask Lee if she's ever raced at the Quad Strip in Charlotte.
No, actually, I have not. But it looks like, if I remember correctly, my son's the team that he is working on is going to be there September 18th, 19th, 20th, I think. I think that's when we are supposed to be there. And then the following weekend is Gator Nationals. So it's, yeah, Charlotte is the weekend before. So we are going to be there. We haven't raced, but we will be there supporting the team that my son works with.
What's the fastest you've ever clocked?
Oh goodness. Shit.
I definitely clicked not for kids before this started, so we're good.
I do not know the answer to that. Because we do 8th mile in Bonne Terre and we do 1/4 mile in Gateway, and I've done Gateway, but I don't remember. But the car that I actually drive I probably won't be driving it in the future because we are in the process of waiting for an engine to come, and that engine is, I'm not allowed to drive it.
Is it powerful?
Yes. It's going to be doing wheel stands at the takeoff at the launch, and we are having the engine built. We're waiting for it. We're hoping it should be here by the end of the month. But yeah, we're expecting that one to do, I think, high 9s on a 1/4 mile.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and the car that you heard my husband and I going on about, that one is, I think that one is going to be mid-10s. So that one, they feel better with me driving. They don't want me driving the Duster because of the. Because now
we're gonna have to get in touch with Steve, because if you're gonna be close to him within 2 weeks, I'm gonna have to have him live stream this. Does he know? He knows this?
Well, no, the thing was, when I had told him a while ago, it was before the pandemic hit, and the original scheduled date was like Labor Day-ish.
Yeah,
now
Steve's got a bad memory too, so he wouldn't remember.
So now it's gotten backed up to July 11th, I think, 10th, 11th, and 12th, I think, and then the following weekend, the 18th, 19th, and 20th. But I don't know. I know he had said something about that he was going to Disney, so I don't know. I don't know when his trip was, but I haven't emailed him or Instagrammed him yet about it.
We'll get in touch with them. And real quick, the Do Feely crew and Jim from More Sunshine, please welcome in. And Jim goes live in 10 minutes, guys. We will try not to go over, Jim. I promise. I always do.
Sorry, Jim. Season's greetings.
We'll have to send everyone over in a few minutes to Jim's stream, and we'll hashtag LeeAnn a slip sent us. What else? Now I'm all thrown off now. This is like crazy. I can't wait to watch you drag race. This is crazy. I don't even know where I want to. I have so many questions for you. I don't want to miss any. Let's see. So, well, let's go back. We'll go back to some Disney questions. Do you like the lounges? Do you guys hang out in any of the lounges?
I haven't really been to any, because my husband does not drink at all. So when we go somewhere, and he also prefers sit-down dinners, whereas I'm somebody, cop a squat, eat, run, grab my food, run. So 9 times out of 10, I'll grab something like at Liberty Tree, at the Jockey Hollow, and grab a waffle with Nutella and fruit and take off running, whereas he wants to sit and have breakfast and that kind of stuff. So we don't usually hit the lounges because he's a breakfast and a meat and potatoes type of dude. So when I go,
I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie.
When I go with my son, hence the reason why we were going to Food and Wine, we just hit and run, and we just keep right on going. So
see, that's we're kind of in between. Nicole's a great planner, and I don't think I probably would have enjoyed Disney as much as I did without the way she planned our first trip, because it was no really waiting. The fast passes were great. She knew about the 3 fast passes, and then getting that 4th and 5th and 6th one after you used them up. So it worked out really. Oh, it really is, and she loves it. If she doesn't have like a Disney trip planned where she can start like strategizing and stuff, it's it's crazy. So with this new
I
reservation
completely
system,
understand.
it
Completely understand.
it makes it a little bit hard. And before I get to Make It Blues question, Candy Mom asked, which D&T member is your favorite? I told her we already know that. It's me. Make It Blues says, ask Lee what Disney parks activities or parks are on your #1 bucket list. So
Let's see. I'd like to do more of the tours.
we haven't done any.
We went.
I shouldn't say that, but go ahead.
No, you're fine. We did the Walk in Walt's footsteps when we went to Disneyland. Went to Disneyland for my 49th birthday last year, and did that. And you get to go up into Walt's apartment. I bawled like a baby. Bawled. It was awful. Me and 5 other women are standing there like ugly cry, snot running down. I mean, it was bad.
So if we ever meet at Disney, we're probably going to cry together, right?
Oh God, yes. Oh shit, yes, never. Oh, always. Then let's see. I did was it behind the scenes tour? I think we did. And that's neat. That takes you to the laundry. That takes you like the costumers. That was pretty cool. Then we did, the Caring for Giants. We did the elephant one. That was sweet. That was really neat.
Nice.
The next one I want to do is the one that takes you, I think it's the Marceline one.
I don't know really. We should do a stream with these tours because I don't know a lot of them.
It takes you down underneath like the Haunted Mansion, like in there behind the scenes. And that's the next one I want to do.
That sounds really good. And everyone's putting Zip Slip in the chat. I love it. Magical News Live is on point with it. Ryan McDowell has another question. Ask Lee what she loves about the community in the chat, which is a great question. Thanks, Ryan.
Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice having a tribe. Oh my gosh. Because we are all so alike and it's a judgment-free zone and everybody is just so it's awesome. Nobody gets it. Nobody, get the hell out of my face. Nobody gets it. They just don't.
They don't.
I mean, us Disney nerds, we stick together and it's, nobody, they all raise your eyebrows at you and everything else. And I'm like, don't knock it till you try it. Shut the hell up. Because we just have too much fun and people just don't get it.
Oh, Ryan, thank you so much, buddy. Ryan, and I was talking about Ryan before the stream to LeeAnn and how close Ryan and I have gotten over the last couple of weeks, and he's amazing. And he just $2 super chat just because I love that it's PG-13.
James Ryan.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, I mean it's an amazing community, and I want to let people know that don't know that every morning, and I don't think you skip a beat with the GIFs in the Disney Mod chat. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. Lee is the first one, and we don't usually use the chat too often. A lot on Wednesdays for the Disney stream, but definitely LeeAnn, she posts the GIF. If you guys don't know that, look it up. I'm sure you all do. And it could be Monday, and then they're the funniest ones, and they're definitely family friendly, most of them. But
I'm waiting to post some that aren't. I'm like,
it's okay,
and then
you
skip
can
over it.
But it's just so nice to see on the first thing in the morning when I put my phone on and you just pop one of those up. So we it doesn't go unnoticed, and we really, really appreciate it, and we can't thank you enough for everything. And before we get wrapping up, I want to ask you about the This and That merch contest again one more time. I know you mentioned it on the D&T stream, and just in case anyone missed it, what was your thoughts? I wish I had a PowerPoint with that picture. What was your thought process going with that picture? I mean, it was so great. It was creative, and we loved it.
You guys are a boys club. There's no girls.
That is true. And actually, our Marco Polo group is called the Boys Club. It let me see. Hopefully it doesn't go off. It's the Boys Club, so I don't want to show everybody that's on there, but it's the Boys Club, and we got Corey and Dale and the D&T crew on that. And,
you guys are the Boys Club, and it's I I have sons. I have a brother. I have nephews. I have grandsons. I am not a girl mom. I'm a boy mom. And I can shoot with the best of them. I have bow and arrow. I have my own. Yeah, I can do this. I'm a boy mom. I can bait my own hook. I can catch my own damn fish. I'm good. And in my head, it's you guys are a bunch of little boys who have their own little fort. And there's a sign on the door that says no girls allowed. Girls have cooties. And when a girl comes and knocks on the door, you peek through to see who it is. If it's mom and she has food, you let her in. If it's a sister or somebody's girlfriend, they're not allowed in. And that's what I picture.
Oh my gosh.
Is you guys at this zombie camp with it smelling like farts and beer and scratching and everything else. And any girl that comes to the door is going to be like, so that's why I was like, well, that's the first thing I thought of.
Oh, welcome in, Shep. Perfect timing, buddy.
See, it is. It's your little fort. It's like your little tree house. And that's the first thing I thought of. And I'm like, well, I've got merch. Maybe they'll let me in if I have this.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't have time to bake cookies. Otherwise, I would have had those in the picture too. But that thought came a little bit too late.
Yeah, Candy Mom said, did LeeAnn just say she is a grandma? And at the beginning of the stream, she announced that she is.
I am.
We Nicole and I both thought she was 30. So no, we still don't believe it.
Yep.
One last question, real quick.
Sure. Anything.
Have you gone to anything outside of the Disney parks? Have you gone to Universal, SeaWorld, Discovery Cove, anywhere else?
Universal, I haven't been there. Actually, my son and I were talking about this just recently because he is going to be 21. Well, he is 21. So it has been, oh boy, probably 17 years since we've been to Universal, because they were knee-high to grasshoppers. And I have a picture of Dr. Doom coming up behind one of them and picking him up by his shirt, the back of his shirt. And he was only like up to the dude's knee. I mean, he was little. He was a little guy. And they were still, they were scared by still a lot of stuff, but, they were, itty bitty, they weren't very old.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the last time. And now, he's 21. So I'm like, oh, good, a drinking buddy. So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to go. And especially because, he does all the roller coasters. Hubby's not too hip on the roller coasters. He'll go only so that I don't go by myself. But God love him. I mean, hubby supports my habit big time. And when he goes, but he's just like, nope, you go and I'll catch up.
Oh man. Yeah, we haven't been either, but it's definitely on our list to do, especially now. Well, LeeAnn, I can't thank you enough for being here.
Well, thank you.
Is there
so much fun?
Is there anything you want to say before close? I can't believe the hour went by so quick. I mean, I still had a bunch more questions, but if the mods could post,
gotta do a part 2.
We're gonna have to do a part 2, and maybe we'll have you and Ryan on together.
Uh-oh.
If the mods could post Jim for more sunshines, please. We're gonna go over there. Say LeeAnn Slip sent us. But if you guys haven't checked it out, go check out my latest vlog with meeting Donna, Arjons, Sam, and Nick for the first time. It was a magical day. I had so much more videos to put in, and it just it would have counteracted one of the other ones I put out, so I didn't want to do that. But it's just they're heart of gold. I love them so much. Go check it out. Go check out LeeAnn. She's gonna. I don't know how we can post your link because you don't have any content, and when I click on you, it doesn't.
Get some on there.
You gotta get some content so we can start watching your drag race because everyone's gonna want to see this now. Drag racing, Shep, you missed it. Shep, she's a drag racer. But as we're closing out, is there anything you want to say?
No, just I love you guys. 3,000. That's all.
And we love you too. And if you don't mind, would you mind just turning your camera around just so you could show your yard how awesome it is? We're gonna close out with LeeAnn's yard because this is such an awesome backyard. We were just hanging out in it before the stream started. And check out this yard, guys. Look at this. Are you serious right now?
Hold on, there we go.
I wish I had some music to be going like the closing music right now. Shep, can you jump on and sing a little bit for me?
That's part of it. And then, wait, I'm trying to see both. There we go. And then it goes all the way down there. It's 2 acres. We've got bass, we've got carp, we've got all kinds of stuff in there.
It's amazing. Well, thank you, LeeAnn. We're definitely going to have you on again. You guys, if you could go back and watch the stream and count up the zip slips, I should have did a contest tonight to see who was closest to. But thank you so much, and we will see you guys tomorrow night. Don't miss it, 9 p.m. You guys are going to...
Right on.
You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, LeeAnn. Thank you, chat.
Thank you.
Love you all. Hey,
Bye,
LeeAnn,
guys.
stick around real quick before you go.
All right. Love you guys.